welcome to my channel, Bow and Arrow Tarot. Today we're going to get right into the love outlook for the sign of Taurus for the coming week. But before we do that, let me remind you all that I am giving away the Wild Unknown Animal Spirit Deck and Guidebook this month, March 31st. It's a beautiful book, guidebook box set with those beautiful spirit animal cards that you may or may not recognize from my channel or from other readings on other channels. But in any case, all you have to do is let me know that you're interested in being in the drawing on a comment on any of my videos and to be subscribed to my channel. Please do remember, only those of you who publicize your subscriptions will effectively let me know that you're subscribed. So you do have to have your subscriptions be publicized or public on your YouTube profile. All right, guys, but for right now, let's get right into it, Taurus. I'm going to pull out cards for you and your person just to see where you guys are at this week. All right, so whatever the state of this union is, it could be something that is in crisis or in separation. It could be a relationship that's doing very, very well right now, or it could be a new relationship. Whatever the nature of the connection is, we're going to take a look at it. And please do remember, this is just a weekly snapshot, right? So this doesn't necessarily mean that this is overall like outlook on the way the relationship may or may not succeed, etc. It could be that you are in the middle of separating or coming back together, and that will depend on the cards. But just, take it as it resonates for you, Taurus, okay? So straight out, we have Empress. This is how your person is resonating coming into the week. You're resonating with Nine of Wands, all right? They see you as the Queen of Pentacles, and you see them as the Hanged Man. They see the relationship and their part in it as Page of Cups, and you see the relationship, your part in it, as the Six of Wands. Wow. Bottom of the deck, we have Eight of Swords. So definitely somebody who is right now unable to make any decisions on their own, or perhaps feeling quite sort of confined, right? They're feeling as though they don't have any options right now. Eight of Swords is certainly that energy. But let's get right into it. I'm going to come back to that Eight of Swords at the bottom of the deck. The way you guys are resonating coming into the week. Well, your person is resonating with Empress energy, so they're really taking care of themselves, right? This is a week of a lot of self-care, self-nurturing, right? It's a week of them really being in their power, standing in their power, being very creative. They feel good. They're really resonating and really identifying with their higher feminine self, and they're feeling good about it, and they're feeling good about taking care of themselves. Now, you're resonating with Nine of Wands, which indicates to me, Taurus, that you're still at the home stretch of a very long journey that you have been on of self-discovery and perhaps self-realization. You realize that you are coming to the end of a period of time in your life, or a stage in your life, where you've really been having, well, not having to, but you certainly have held on to a lot of baggage, right? A lot of baggage, a lot of ideas, modes of behavior, attitudes, etc. All of these things that kind of serve to alienate you from your better self, serve to alienate you from your future. But Nine of Wands is kind of that feeling of, you're starting to realize it, Taurus. You're starting to look back and see exactly where you've gone wrong, perhaps, and what things you've been holding on to that now really aren't helping you. So this kind of wake up, this kind of realization that you're having right now, you're also realizing that it's going to take a little bit more work for you to pass past that, to go past that, to go through that, right? And get to a stage where you can indeed lay down this burden. Now, how do you see each other? Your person sees you as Queen of Pentacles, and you see them as the Hanged Man. So this is interesting. They're certainly seeing you as somebody who's very ambitious and very emotionally involved in their work, right? Queen of Pentacles is somebody who's really invested in their career, their business. They probably do something that is very close to their heart, that they feel sort of very passionate about, that they are very emotionally sort of attached to. And you see them as the Hanged Man. So the Hanged Man really talks about a feeling of awakening. Could be that you're seeing them awaken to an area in their lives where they haven't really been putting that much effort into. Right? You're seeing them as the Hanged Man, which is like you're seeing them literally as they are sort of uh coming out of a slumber, right? Or waking up or becoming more inspired. You can see them becoming inspired. In fact, if they're resonating with Empress energy and this is what they're coming into the week with, that is definitely a feeling of inspiration. Certainly if they haven't taken very good care of themselves in the past, or they haven't really been, nurturing themselves as much as you would like to see them do in the past, they're certainly waking up to that now. You can see this here. Very much coming into their own sort of space of taking care of themselves. This is what you're noticing with this Hanged Man energy, with them, having this wake up. They, like I said, they see you as somebody who's very busy with your work. It could be that in general you are very sort of career minded. It could be that although you are in a relationship with this person, you may give off this impression, whether it's accurate or not, that, what's really most important to you is your business or your career, and yeah, I mean, I'm not saying that that's a bad thing, but I'm just saying that this is how they are seeing you. And it could really be a momentary thing or a temporary thing. You might be right now in the throes of sort of fixing your career or expanding your career or your business. Whatever it is, right now, your baby is your career, your business, your outlook in terms of how you make your money, how you make your financial stability. And that's really what you're focusing on. And certainly they see this. I do feel as though that you are very happy seeing them waking up, though. It does feel like you may have been dealing with somebody who may have been dealing with some emotional issues, even some mental issues maybe, right? But they're taking better care of themselves now, and you're seeing that, and I think that that gives you a really good feeling, honestly. Now, how do you guys see the relationship? Your person sees the relationship and their part in it as a Page of Cups, and you see the relationship and your part in it as a Six of Wands. So this is interesting. They feel very, very sort of affectionate. They feel like this relationship is certainly something that is helping them overcome some of their insecurities, maybe some of their baggage that they've been dealing with. They may have a little bit of toxicity or baggage or, I want to say issues that they've brought into this relationship from previous relationships, but it seems like this connection with you is really allowing them to heal from that. It's allowing them to really get a new sense of, youthfulness with regard to loving someone, being much more affectionate, being much more open, and sort of getting rid of those emotions of jealousy or insecurity or low self-esteem that we would associate with fear in love relationships. So I think that they feel like this relationship is something that's very, very good for them. You could have met them, like I said, you may have met them at a time when they weren't taking as good care of themselves as they could be. Now they are, and a lot of that is a testament to you as well, the energy that you're giving them. It's a very nice reading. Six of Wands, excuse me, is how you see the relationship and your part in it. So for you, this is a feeling of a personal victory. And I think that, again, seeing that your person is kind of taking better care of themselves, that they're waking up, that they're having a better sense of themselves, all feels like a sense of victory for you. And I think that perhaps this has been a difficult road. You may have been on a road with your person where you're both just very much in love with each other, but your person was really struggling. And I think that to a certain degree, that may have been quite a burden for you also. Nine of Wands talks about waking up to a burden and eventually getting to a point where you can lay that burden down. When I say a burden, I'm not saying that you begrudge it or you resent it, but it is a burden. When you're in love with someone and they're struggling, either, emotionally or psychologically or even physically, they're struggling or they're healing from trauma, it is difficult to watch them go through that. It feels like a burden in as much as you want to help them. You feel responsible, yet right now you're feeling a real sense of victory. And I can feel it from this reading because I am an empathic, intuitive reader. So when certain energies come up in readings, I can definitely feel them. And this is a week for you to celebrate. I think it's a week for you to celebrate because your person has turned a corner. Definitely. They may have had a lot of toxicity here with this eight of swords, right? They may have for a very long time felt as though control of their lives were out of their hands. All of that is changing, right? All of that is coming out now. Healing is happening. It's a very, very nice reading. And I'm going to say for you, Taurus, it's a reaffirmation that you guys are on the right track. Your person is on the right track. Positive energies are coming in. Health, wealth, and growth is coming in. Certainly, healthy growth, progress, creativity, nurturing, all of that is beginning to come in. Your person is beginning to take care of themselves the way they should. And I think a lot of this is a testament to this relationship. They would certainly say that because of the love that you've shown them, they've been able to show themselves some love. And for you, I think it feels like, wow, it's been a long struggle. It's been a long path. But you're there, right? And Six of Wands, by the way, is not winning the war, but it is a little victory along the way. May still be difficult times. You may be, like I said, some of you may be dealing with somebody who has mental health issues or emotional issues from trauma that they're dealing with. So it's a rocky road, it's a road of ups and downs, but this is an upturn. This is definitely an upturn. There may be times in the future where it gets a little tricky and difficult again, but certainly this is a leveling up for you and your person and this relationship. It feels really good. Feels like a real healer. Healer situation going on, healing situation going on. And this is a week certainly where you should acknowledge it. If you're feeling like you're at the end of your rope and maybe it could certainly be this feeling that just when you thought you weren't going to make a breakthrough with your person, here comes the breakthrough, right? So don't be disheartened is what I would say. Seven of Wands, courage. Three of Swords, there's the pain, Sun again, and the King of Wands. Well, Sun has shown up all day for the Earth readings. I think every single reading has had the Sun show up. So that's quite interesting. Clarity definitely coming in. Bottom of the deck, Princess of Swords. So Princess of Swords is all about fighting negative imaging, fighting negativity, fighting low self-esteem, right? Fighting negative self-image. Princesses are always pages. Pages are princesses. And with all of the pages, we see a desire. Here we have another page. We see a desire to overcome fear in that suit. So just as Pages of Cups talks about overcoming the initial fears we have in love, Princess or Page of Swords talks about overcoming negativity and fear that we have in the mental, in the ego, in the way that we see ourselves, right? So it's negative self-imaging or self-doubt. Fighting that, being positive, not letting other people sort of bring you down or make you feel like you can't do it or make you feel like, the road that you're on is not achievable. All of that, positive reinforcement, all of that is associated with Princess of Swords, and this is what's coming in for you guys. So, Seven of Wands and Three of Swords. Your person has definitely been healing from a betrayal in the past. All right. Seven of Wands talks about courage, and they've really tried hard. They've been really fighting hard to get their sense of self back, to get their dignity back, their courage back. This Three of Swords that they suffered under was very difficult. It was definitely a betrayal. Sometimes, yes, it's oftentimes Three of Swords is considered third-party energy, but I get so tired of hearing that. It's almost as if the only other thing that people know to read about is whether or not somebody's cheating on you. This doesn't always mean cheating. This doesn't always mean third party. You got to think sometimes when people only ever interpret a card one way, generally it'll be because their own experience has only ever encompassed that. The Three of Swords is a much deeper card than just third party energy. It is about betrayal. At its heart, it is betrayal. Three of Swords can also represent a family or a parent who you trust, who you may have grown up with an abusive parent. Someone who was supposed to take care of you and then behind closed doors abused you or verbally constantly abused you or emotionally abused you in front of people. But then at the same time, constantly tried to get you to sort of feel sorry for them. I'm sorry, darling, I didn't mean to hurt you. And then they hurt you anyway. That's a sense of a deep, deep betrayal. And that is a Three of Swords as well. So, I do tend to explain that a little bit deeper sometimes because, quite frankly, I get so sick and tired of seeing Three of Swords only interpreted one very single narrow way, which is, oh, your man is cheating on you, your woman is cheating on you. You know what I mean? This is not necessarily that. Your person may have definitely dealt with abuse in the past. They may have dealt with an abusive lover, an abusive family. They may have dealt with a betrayal from a friend that really cost them a lot of money financially and cost them a lot of self-confidence. Whatever the nature of the betrayal is, Three of Swords definitely is deep and can really cut. Nevertheless, they're coming out of this because of their relationship with you, because of their courage and because of the love that you've shown them to prove to them that not everybody is going to betray you. Now, the Sun and the King of Wands comes out for you, Taurus, and that means, once again, clarity for you, understanding, confidence, progress. Just when you thought you didn't have enough strength to keep going on this path, the Sun comes out and gives you all the strength that you need. King of Wands is there also just to remind you and to reaffirm that you know what you're doing. You're very much the leader in this relationship in as much as you're setting the tone, right? You set the tone. You set kind of the vibe, you know, the energy. I want to say that in this particular connection, Taurus, you are definitely the alpha. And I'm not talking about gender. I'm just talking about energies. You could be female, male, doesn't matter. You could be in a same sex or a heterosexual couple. It doesn't matter. But you are the King of Wands here. So it's very much like you are the one who sets the tone. You are the one who sets the example. And your person is very much looking to you for that leadership in a lot of ways, right? A lot of their confidence they get from you because of your sense of confidence, Taurus, right? And this is a really good thing. I think that this is just coming in to really reaffirm to you that you've done everything right. You know what I mean? You've done everything right. You've stuck by your person. Now you can not only revel in the fact that you know your plan was the plan and your strategy for helping your person heal was the correct one and it is working, but it should give you even more confidence that you know the vision that you have for yourself, the vision that you have for your relationship is strong and is one that you are absolutely going to achieve. Once again, the Sun comes out just to remind you that you know, all is well, and there is room for growth now in this connection, right? Let's do a blind pull. Unrequited love. I already know which one that is. I did pull it. I closed my eyes while I was pulling the cards, so this is a blind pull. Just to see what energies the romance angels. There we go. Make the effort. So, unrequited love and make the effort. Could very well be that this was the nature of the pain that your person has gone through. Somewhere along the line, there was a feeling of unrequited love that they had to deal with. Again, abuse from a parent could be that as well. It doesn't necessarily have to mean relationship, but making the effort. And the effort has absolutely been made. Seven of Wands with that courage, right? You sticking by your person with that Nine of Wands. So yes, making the effort is very important, and it's one of the reasons why this week you both can be certainly celebrating in the fact that things are going well, right? Things are going well from your point of view. Things are going well from your person's point of view. I don't forget that your person sees you as Queen of Pentacles. So for you, aside from this relationship, Taurus, you are very, very busy with your career and your business. This has been a running theme throughout all of your readings on my channel, whether they're love readings or general outlook readings. There has been a running theme that this year, Taurus is absolutely about their coin, about their business, about their career. And so I'm going to say that area of your life is going to be picking up and doing well. That's just an aside energy here because you have King of Wands, right? King of Wands is the king of manifesting his dreams and goals. So aside from this relationship, you are also in the throes right now of manifesting something great with regard to your career or your business. All right, guys, I'm going to leave it at that. March 15th to the 22nd. If you like this reading, if you enjoyed it, it gives you clarity, please like, subscribe, and share. Don't forget to subscribe and leave me a comment if you want to be in the running for this Wild Unknown Animal Spirit deck and guidebook. Each month, I'm going to be giving away a different tarot or oracle deck. I think this is probably like the 5th deck I've given away on my channel. March 31st, I will be announcing that winner, so please don't forget to let me know. And don't forget to check out my channel on the 31st for that winner video to see if you are indeed the lucky one. For right now, Taurus, I'm going to say have a wonderful week, and I'll see you next week for your love outlook. Bye-bye now.